right. What is going on, everybody? Stubbs here with Retro Handhelds, back again today with a special offline episode. We're hanging out with our buddy OKest Gamer from the OKest Gamer YouTube channel. Hello, sir.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
We're also here with Rob, the Retro Tech Daddy. You know him. He's right there.
Everyone.
You may have seen him a time or two. And today we're going to be talking about X86 as well as some of our favorite handhelds in general. We're going to get hands-on actually with the brand new Lenovo Legion Go S courtesy of OKest Gamer here. And by the time you see this episode, that will be out and about in the world. Yep. And so we're excited to talk about that. Also, I have to mention, Rob, what have you been doing? Huh? I haven't seen you since Monday.
I've been doing?
Yeah.
Whew. Been doing a lot. I've been busy. Just a lot of graduation stuff going on this past week. I've just been go. So
now
busy
nonstop.
dealing with off-camera stuff, life stuff. Yeah. So and PlayStation 3 emulation, a lot of that too.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I saw that, and your RG557 video went live, which was fantastic to see that. And I just want to give a quick intro. If you don't know our guest, OKest Gamer here, he is on the YouTubes, and really his specialization is in repair tutorials, handheld news updates, and also tips to get the most out of your devices. And you can find him at OKest, that's OKEST Gamer. He's been in the space for about, what would you say, 2 years, 3 years now?
Just about two and a half now, yeah.
I was 2.5. Like I feel like like you both started kind of this around the same time, because I remember seeing your name coming up around the same time. And like,
I think it was like February, about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years and a bit.
Yeah.
2 years,
Time goes
okay.
by fast, you know?
And I saw you popping up on my feed, I don't know, about a year ago or so, and I started following and watching. I'm like, man, those repair tutorials and just the guides in general, like getting your Lenovo Legion Go set up was a really cool video. And then, you, me, and Rob met up at CES 2025 this year at the Lenovo soiree, unveiling.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Got to meet you and Joe from Gaming for Insight, which I know you guys tag team on something called Handhelds United, which is a podcast and a community. I know you've got our friend Clef over there from Game Tech Talk as well, and Gamers Generation. So that's really cool to see. Like you have your hands in lots of handheld things. Yeah. Yeah. I actually joined that Discord today too. I was poking around. I was like, all right, this is cool. I have to hang out there a bit more.
Oh, well, welcome to the Discord.
Yeah, and also do you go by OKest Gamer like in real life, or do you have a first name we can refer
my
to
name's
by?
Trevor.
Oh, Trevor. You know what? I have an electrician named Trevor. Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's a good name.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Stubbs. No.
What?
No.
His name's Trevor, isn't it?
Sure, if you think so in your heart.
I thought he was pretty close. It's something like that. It's something. I don't know. Don't worry about him. He's off on a whole thing. All right, guys. Well, let's chit chat a little bit about this. Yeah. Should we just hop right into the Lenovo stuff? So Trevor, what can you tell us about this new handheld?
Yeah, well, I can tell you because when this goes live, the embargo will be gone. So
I know it feels weird talking about it now, but yeah. We shall not release this before embargo.
Before I go into the Go S, thank you for pronouncing OKest correctly. I get called OKest Cloud all the time.
OKest?
Gamer, sorry.
OKest?
I got called OKest Cloud because that's actually where my gamer tag came from, was Smash Brothers, the OKest Cloud.
I'm going to call you OKest.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I like your description too. You're like, I'm your average dude who's okay at gaming, maybe even the okayest.
Yeah.
And you have a second channel called Okay-ish Gamer, which is like game footage I saw.
I started that literally 2 days ago. Just started it. I find that like I make content and I have so much extra in the recordings because I use like, I don't know, maybe like 20 seconds for a review, but I have like
right.
So may as well.
It's crazy too, because I'll get like lost in the game and it's like 2-3 minutes long worth of footage and I'm like, wait, I only need like 15-30 seconds worth, right?
Yeah.
I'll straight up just play the game and then I'll be like, oh crap, this file's gonna be like 10 gigs.
You were playing Doom: The Dark Ages on your latest here, and I just played that today finally. And like, man, that is smooth, like you have your shield and you're just bashing into demons and zombies, and then you got your gun. It's like this weird mashup of like Hexen and Doom or something.
Like it feels like it shouldn't work, but it does. Like I don't know. I think it's
just,
mostly the shield just that you charge into. It's just
he's bashing people. There's just blood bags. Blah.
A little confession for my Doom play. Like I'm not one of those people that play it on hard. Like when I'm playing Doom, I want to feel like a god. Like I'm just going in there, just wrecking everything. So I'll just drop it down to normal and just mow and slay, and Oh,
I'm playing on easy mode as well, just because it just feels better, and like life's hard enough, right?
It's so much fun just to go in there and just tear everybody apart. It's great. I love it. It's probably the best thing about Doom, honestly.
So here's our special guest.
Yeah, let's take a look at
Legion
this.
Go S. So yeah, I've had this actually for about a week and a half, and I've had a chance to test it out. There's a few things that aren't like fully working yet because it is like pre-release.
Right.
So I can't adjust the TDP, so I haven't really got to test it like effectively against Steam Deck. But
interesting. When I was reading about that.
Yeah, when I put it at 30 watts, like I was pretty much destroying the Steam Deck in every game I was trying. So really nice to actually see like native Steam OS. Like this is my first experience with handhelds. Like I had a Steam Deck, and kind of just coming from consoles, it was such a nice transition because when you jump into Windows gaming, like if it's your first time, and especially handhelds, because there's so many things to like modify and like have to tweak if you want to just get that right experience.
Right.
So having a Steam Deck, it was a nice entry, and then jumping into Windows, it was like, okay, there's a lot to learn here.
Just a little bit, yeah. And it's funny, like, okay, so I had the Go S originally, and with Windows on it, it was definitely underpowered. Playing indies on it was great. It's very comfortable, but very beefy and heavy too. So I'm still a fan of the original Go at the end of the day. At CES, I really liked the feel of the Go 2. Yeah, way more than the S.
That's interesting. See, I like the way the Go S feels. I think it's just got that good. I don't know. It just feels good. It's balanced nicely.
It's comfy for sure. I think like it's but yeah, it was very underpowered on the Z2 Go APU, the one that you're holding there, the white one.
So what's in this one?
This one has the Z1 Extreme, so it's basically going to perform the same as like the Legion Go, your ROG Ally, except the one I have, I believe, has 32 gigs of RAM, so we're getting a little bit more to play with there.
Nice.
Now I haven't been able to test them back like against each other quite yet, but I'll be doing that in the next few days. But what I've heard from others is it was outperforming the original Go, so I think that RAM is given a little bit something, just a little boost. So
it can help, right? Especially if it's clocked high. Are we like in the 7,000, 8,000 DDR5 range? Like
I think this one's 7,500 DDR5X.
You're talking Rob's language now. Yeah.
I was going to say, because we kind of saw something similar with the Ally and the Ally X, which had more RAM as well. And so you saw a little bit better performance with the extra RAM. So it definitely helps. Yeah.
Definitely a bump between those two. So I think we're going to see the same here. And with SteamOS, like Bazite, I've played with Bazite before, and
Bazite is going to translate really good on this.
Yeah, it was a big bump. I did a video comparing the two, and it was kind of surprising. But on the SteamOS, like the efficiency, I think is going to make a big difference for, especially that like low TDP gaming. Like if you're playing like indies, or you're playing like for me, I was testing out Fallout New Vegas, and I was able to play it at 4 watts, which is wild.
That's actually crazy.
Yes, like that's crazy. Like.
That's insane.
You can tune the Z1 down to 4 watts.
I believe. No, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it on SteamOS yet because of it's just not quite complete. But when I was trying with Bazite, I think I was able to get it down to 4 or possibly 5 watts. I can't recall. I think it's 4 watts the minimum on there.
I know the Steam Deck itself, it can play 4 watts pretty admirably. I think it's 3 watts where it really just starts giving up.
Yeah.
At least for that APU, right?
There's not much out there that can do 3 watts.
That's tough.
It's like insane when you think about the kind of power draw that has. That's amazing.
Maybe the Anbernic Win 600. Did you ever have that, Trevor?
Yeah, that one. It's just in front of me there, but
you're not running the Win 600 at 3 watts. I promise you.
I remember I tried to run Starfield just for the meme of it, and
Oh no!
it got to the loading screen, and then it was about like I don't know, like maybe half a frame or a quarter of a frame a second. Like it was bad.
Is it do you have the 3050 or the 3020?
The 3050.
Okay, well that should be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And if you have like the higher spec model, whatever it was, the blue one, maybe, but that's rough. I liked playing PS1 on my Win 600. That was my use case.
Yeah, it's I remember like there's a online store that had sent one like, oh, would you like to check it out? And I just out of the curiosity, I'm like, I've heard about this thing. People call it the Beast, wherever that there's like a meme about behind that. But I was like, oh, let's see what the Beast is about. And I took it there, and after about 20 minutes with it, I sent them an email, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a tough one.
That's
but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like it's a rough device. So
it's a little rough. Rob though started his YouTube channel on that handheld, so I know he has a special place for it. I like it for the feel and the form factor, but I mean, Windows handhelds since then just have come such a long ways. Going up to the ROG Ally and the MSI Claw, which is my personal favorite, by the way, of the bunch. And now with Lenovo's offerings, and dude, it's so wild what we're able to do in 2025. I can't even begin. And
we got
that's
more
just
coming too.
I know. And you see, the new Claw with the green colorways and the Z2 Go or something, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good. And the Z2 Go, the Z2 Extreme chip.
Z2 Extreme. That's right.
Yeah, that one. It's based off the HX370, except they've tuned it down a bit, like a few less cores.
They stripped AI
threads.
Stuff and out of it as well.
Yeah, I think they just lowered the threads and cores, and then also the AI, I believe. But I've also heard rumors that there's supposed to be a Z2 like a Z2 Extreme AI chip that ASUS is going to be using. So I'm not sure the validity of that, but I don't know what they're planning with that. Like maybe there's some use case for AI, which I'd be pumped to see if they use it a bit more for these handhelds.
But how would you use how would you use AI in these?
My first thought was what Ambernick's doing, surprisingly of all people, where you could have it live translate a game that's not in English, for example. And I know Deadhead Fred was showing that off, and I'm like, this is this is really cool. Yeah.
Well, you can do that in RetroArch natively too. You got to connect it to this other API service like Z Translate or something like that. But you can do that for your retro games.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm like, oh, this is a great use of AI. Honestly.
Well, I wonder if AI does it the same way though. Does it like take it basically sends an image to a server, translate it per image, and then sends it back?
Huh. Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe like frame generation, if they could use it for that.
That'd be interesting.
I think FSR 4 has some AI features built in. Like, I haven't looked into that super closely, but I mean, if they could pull that off, like beef that up, because make people call it fake frames. Like, I personally like frame generation. Like, I think it's got its place, but if they can smooth that out even more, I'd be game for that.
Yeah, I mean that frame gen is pretty crazy, like the black frame insertion and all that, just to make that perceived frame rate higher, right? Or is it actually making the frame rate higher? I've been in Android land for so many months now that I need to get back in x86, but I'm a little rusty. So how's that work? I
kind of hop back and forth
I know.
Between two worlds.
I was doing that, and then I've been slammed with Retroid, Ambernick, I and Neo, so it's just Android handheld after Android handheld, and this Pocket Ace and all that. Like, it's just nonstop. So I really need to make my way back to the Windows. The latest one actually for me was the ASUS Z Flow. Was it Z Flow 13?
Z13 Flow.
Z13 Flow, the 2025.
Oh, that
beast!
That thing is a beast. I've actually got it right here.
Yeah, you do.
Still need to review it. I received it a while ago, but I was like super sick for a while, so I'm a little behind. But that's going to be one of my next upcoming videos, and That thing it's shocking how powerful that thing is.
Yeah. I mean, it could be your one and done device, and I have a review in the works for that one. Like, you could do all your emulation up to PS3 for sure. You could do, whatever you want as far as gaming goes. Monster Hunter Wilds actually plays on it at 60 FPS. You probably saw that, and I'm sure it plays Doom, Dark Ages, and all that.
Oh, the GPU on that is
nuts.
More capable than my dedicated GPU in my desktop.
In my desktop. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah.
I was able to pull off like 4K with Cyberpunk, like ultra settings, so that's pretty crazy. Like no ray tracing, obviously.
Yeah.
But the fact that I could,
awesome.
Not ultra settings. I think I had it like high settings, but still 4K. Like that's wild for a iGPU.
Yeah, it's a whole new world. I know Russ from Retro Game Core was saying, like, to him, this is the first true next gen chipset. It really feels like next gen. So it'll be cool to see that brought to handhelds. All right, well, to wrap up the topic here on the brand new Go, like, what is your takeaway so far of it? Like, is it something that you feel is worth the value? And I know the price went up also, right?
Yeah, I think we're kind of in just at the beginning of like a whole new price world. So I think it'll be less shocking as like other devices come out. Like I think the Legion Go 2 and the ROG Ally 2, and we're not really sure what they're going to price this new Claw. What do they call it? The Claw A8?
Yeah, the Claw
yes.
A8.
It's just that's it. No AI anything.
No AI stuff, right? Because it's the AMD variant, and it. I mean, it's going to be over $1,000. It has to be, right?
Think about it.
That's my guess. Yeah,
the Intel one is $1,000, but AMD tends to undercut. But I just don't see it being under $1,000, honestly.
The cheapest laptop for this CPU. Well, I guess we don't really have any yet, but I mean, the equivalent, right, is $1,100 or $1,200. So.
I've seen some mini PCs with it under $1,000, but I mean, like, again, that's a mini PC. There's other costs to manufacturing a handheld, so it's like, I'm not expecting anything less than $1,000.
Which at that point, for us over here in the retro handheld space, we really say, over $500 is no longer a fun gaming handheld. You really have a laptop. You have an investment now. That you're $1,000 for something dedicated to gaming is really tough, I think, for most people, unless they're like the three of us who maybe have a
little crazier than some others.
Yeah, you could say, like, I maybe have too many handhelds here. This is my latest family photo. Yeah, so this is 135. We counted. Ben helped me count that, and I need to stop.
What happened to the whole minimalism thing going on there?
I know. So, I made a video that was like, hey, I got down to 25 handhelds, and now I've, with the tariff scares and stuff, I ballooned back up to 135. But look at that. I only have, like 5 x86 handhelds, so, like, I'm reasonable.
I think I have like 25. Like PC
handhelds. See, now
I have too many x86. I'm embarrassed to say.
Now, the thing about this is that if you're going to have this many handhelds, what do you do when it's time to maintain them, time to charge them? Like, what's your schedule? Because I actually have to schedule a day a month to get them all, and I had to buy like a 48-port multi-charger and do them in batches.
Here we go again with the Chromebook.
So we're talking about getting a Chromebook cart.
I'll show you what I use here.
What do you use?
I gotta see this. Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, I shouldn't show this quite yet, but I'm going to show it because they're not going to mind. This is a Ugreen product that was sent to me. It's got like
Ugreen makes good stuff.
5. You can do 500 watts. So I charge 5 devices at a time, and so I'll use that. And basically, I'm updating. I think usually about 10 at a time, and I just rotate them on the charger. Try to maintain, like, at the end, I want it to be at like close to 50%. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Like, I had a nightmare this last time of doing Windows 24 H2. And if you know anything about Windows updates, like, you'll have 3 devices that are like, you know what? I'm just going to be difficult today, and you're going to have to reformat me from scratch.
We just updated your device. You didn't want the update, but it just happened anyway. And it's like,
it just decides like, no, we're gonna do this, and some it just breaks it. Like
that.
I had one of them even told me your SSD isn't compatible. Like, just because it's WD. No. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird errors with 24 too, but I do actually have, like, it's funny that you say that because I do have a routine that you literally have to like try to get them to the right charge, make sure there's no bulging batteries. Or
that's right.
You guys are much better than I am at this. I just pray that nothing happens.
Oh, to Rob, battery. No. You know how many handhelds that I have
not had a spicy pillow except for my daughter's spicy pillow.
I have had a few, but I'm just talking about dead devices. You leave them on 0% for long enough. Eventually, they're going to deplete. And you leave them in that state long enough, it's really tough bringing it back to life sometimes. I mean, most of the time you can, but the wear and tear on the battery is really tough. And you can't also charge it to 100% because that can be kind of dangerous to leave it at 100% sitting for long periods as well. So,
well, a lot of devices have it where you can cap it at like 80%, for example, and that's how you can maintain that battery a little bit longer.
You can. Even with that technology, it's just it's something I am very neurotic about because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. I have a smart timer, okay, that I have set to like 3 hours and then it turns off the power strip. So I charge it to like 70%, 50 to 70, and I leave it in that state for a month. I'm starting to get more serious now. Russ tells me maybe could be a little crazy because he does just like a few a day. He has like 200 some handhelds and he just does a couple a day. And I'm like, that is very reasonable. Well,
I love it.
I don't want to be like this forever, guys. I want to minimize. I want to get down to 25. That sounds incredible. And I'm going to get back there and I'm going to make my video. I'm down to 10 handhelds next year.
That's just my like handheld PCs. Never mind all the other.
Oh no! What else do you have, Trevor?
Oh, okay, I had like for some reason I don't know why during the pandemic I'm like, you know what? We're gonna collect Switch lights. So I had every variation of the Switch Lite.
Oh yeah,
nice.
I like that. Okay,
now I'm down to. I actually just sold my last Switch Lite and I decided I'm just gonna stick with the Switch.
What's your favorite? Yep. What's your favorite Switch? Like, one did you stick with?
Well, for me, I stuck with one that Nintendo hopefully isn't listening, but I have it modded so I can. Yeah, I know, terrible person with that paperclip. Yeah, so I kept one that
I remember doing that during. That was awesome.
Yeah,
it's all right. And Nintendo probably doesn't watch this podcast, thankfully. Although the WWE does. So
WWE.
Yeah, they gave us a copyright claim recently. Yeah. Do you like wrestling? Who's your favorite wrestler?
I'm not really into wrestling, to be honest.
That's all right. I appreciate your honesty. Rob and I could go off on a tangent here, but we won't, and we'll spare you. But what color did you keep for your Switch?
I have the gray Joy-Cons.
Oh, standard. Just kind of just gray. Yeah, I like it.
Kind of just the boring Switch that just sits there.
Well, it matches your chair. It's unassuming. No one's going to steal that. No one's going to think to steal that first when they break into your house. They're going to probably
go for the Z13 Flow.
Yeah, they're going to be like, where's that Z13 Flow? They're like, oh, this is the 2025 395 Max Edition, 64 gigs. Here we go.
Actually, do you guys want to see my coolest looking handheld?
Do we ever? Yeah.
Okay, let me grab it.
He's going to pull out a TJD in green. It's going to be Clef's TJD that he...
Show me that TJD.
Oh, show me the Glock. You say it like that.
So it's actually my wife.
F1 Pro?
Yeah. The let's see if I can... Oh, it's a little too dark.
Man.
We saw that at CES.
This thing is beautiful. It's the Evangelion, if I said that right, edition.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it's great. She loves it. Made a custom case for her. Now that we're full screen, I'll just show it again.
Yes.
So the custom case, I was kind of, I went all out for Christmas. One sec.
There he goes. He's showing us all the toys, Rob.
Yeah. That is like definitely up there for dream device.
That's a nice
so
case.
I made a little Evangelion. Oh, let's see. There we go. It's in focus. So just added some like vinyl to it.
I like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, give it a little extra flair for her. So
you're definitely focused on x86 and like in your personal gaming time. Is that also what you're spending most of your time on? Is x86 handhelds? Windows, whatever you call them.
Nobody really knows this, but I actually do like everything on handhelds, even video editing.
What?
Like, I dock it. I have an eGPU back here.
You Canadians, Mr. Sujano does that too. He edits on his Steam Deck.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's the device.
He goes camping with it, and he's on that little screen, and he's just doing his thing.
Like right now, the device I'm using to chat with you guys is my like OneXPlayer X1, so I'm using a handheld for this as well.
That makes sense.
I dig the X1. I used that one for a little while. Yeah, I like the form factor.
So yeah, that's my coolest looking device. I would say it's also probably my favorite. Like I really like the F1 Pro. Yeah,
I loved my One X Fly. Rob as well. He had the cream cake edition.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know. I like the buttons though. Like the buttons on that are very satisfying. The form factor is nice. It's my smallest, or it was my smallest 7840U handheld for sure. My biggest is the Aya Neokuin. That big, huge.
Yeah, that thing's a monster.
That thing is ridiculous. I thought mine was broken recently, but actually just needed a charge. Well, yeah, the battery was drained so badly that
Stubbs, you need to take better care of your devices.
This is what has kickstarted me into this new sort of hyper focus on making sure my devices are charged, because I'm like, that's scary. $1,200 handheld, you know?
Yeah, maintaining them is like it's kind of interesting when I maintain them, because I'll sometimes just like boot up a game just for the sake of it, and I'm like, wow, I forgot how awesome this device was, and like just because you get used to so many different devices as you're reviewing them, that you kind of forget what you loved about the ones that you already tried. So I've been like thinking, like, is it worth going back, do like a re-look at some of these, and you know, just whether that's a review or even just taking it as my main.
That usually happens to me when I'm trying to sell a handheld. That I'm like, oh, I don't use it anymore. I pick it up and it's like,
you're getting it ready to sell, and you're like, yeah, you pull it from sale. You're like, actually, hold on. Maybe I'll hold on to this for now. Yeah, man. I understand that. And you're talking about as a reviewer, and I think you're just talking about as collectors. As a reviewer, I have an obligation to keep a bunch of handhelds stocked for comparisons. Like that is, I always have to say, it's for the channel. If my wife asks, well, it's for the channel. When I showed her that picture, she was like, oh, you have a bit more than I thought.
Suddenly you're a single man the next day.
Well, I told her, I'm like, listen, what I can commit to is getting down to one of each. I don't need more than one of each. You know, you don't need multiple colorways for this. That's the sickness talking.
I know the sickness. I don't just collect handhelds. I have a whole console collection. Like I have all the way down to like the Sega Master System, and I got a ton.
You got
like,
OG
right beside me. It's just it won't be a bit of work to rotate the camera, but yeah, I have like, and I don't just have like a PS4. I have the Slim, I have the Pro, I have the original, so I have like a bit of everything. Because apparently I just have to go complete.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, and you're the OKest at all of these, right?
Yeah. I don't I'm the OKest at like collecting too, you know, like I don't go all the way, but I go
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's reasonable. True. I just stopped myself. Like I said, you know, once I fill up these shelves back here, I will not add more than what I can fit on these shelves. And I filled games on that side and consoles in the slots there, and then handhelds, you know, just a few for display over there. And I said, okay, I'm done. That's it. We're good. Anything else is overkill.
Bit of a life hack for getting past that, if you want to get around that, is you just switch digital and start building that Steam collection.
Yeah, so about that, Trevor, that. Rob and I have joined our Steam libraries together, as well with Team Retro and a few others, and we might have over 5,000 games.
Okay, I'm like the mini boss here then, because I only got like 300 or something like that. Like,
oh,
to be fair, I had like maybe 500 in my personal collection, then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what happened here? I have 4,000 games now.
But you do have 4,000 games now, so
this collection is impressive. He goes in hard. Let's just leave it at that.
And like Trevor's saying, you know, if you remove the limitation of your physical space and now you're talking about digital space, there is no bounds. And that's the problem. And I can't be stopped.
To be fair, I have a 22 terabyte hard drive that's just games.
See, I stopped at 16 terabytes like a normal person.
Yeah.
How big's your NAS? Tell us about your AI NAS.
I will not tell you about my ANAS.
How many terabytes, Trevor?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I just have it's a tiny one. I have like 4 terabytes. That's what I'm running my games with.
Well, it's been good. So I think just you and me, Rob, we'll just continue this show. No, I'm sorry, man. I'm messing with you. 4 terabytes is way more reasonable. That is a normal amount of ROMs, of games, of space. You're probably not doing like a bunch of movies or anything on there, like a Plex library. No. Yeah, see, yeah,
just games. It's really my like bench. Like, I don't play as many games I'd like. It's mostly like a benchmarking hard drive, like or SSD. That's how you know I'm old when I'm saying hard drive.
Yeah, what do kids call it these days? I say the
same
storage
thing too. That's
flash?
The funny thing.
SSD.
What's that? SSD, yeah, I guess that's what I should be saying.
Yeah,
but I just hard drive. It's just too ingrained.
Back in my day, hard drives spun.
Yeah, my son and my daughter both call vinyl records CDs.
Oh,
like, hey, can you put the CD on? I'm like, oh, no.
Just don't have them put that into your laser disc player or something like that.
Yeah, no, laser disc, dude. Now that takes me back. Remember the Philips CDI? Hotel Mario?
I would rather not try to remember that.
That was a thing. That was fun. All right, guys. Well, we've nerded out enough on this x86 stuff. OKest, Trevor. All right, about you, man. So how did you get into all this? Like, tell us the origin story of your channel, because I actually don't know a lot about you beyond just chatting gamer to or reviewer to reviewer,
So I'm kind of a YouTuber by accident. So
okay,
I didn't really intend to start YouTube. I bought a Steam Deck, and that was my first like PC gaming experience, like totally new to it.
Yeah,
and I really loved it. So I was like, now my wife needs to love it too. So I bought one for her so we could play together. And she thought it was a little bit large, so she wanted something a bit smaller. So that got me on the hunt. So I went looking into, and that's really what started this addiction here, is I found out about all these Windows handhelds. And so I started looking into different ones that were coming out. This is back when the 6800U is like the hottest thing on the scene, just coming out. So I got an AOK Zoe.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and that's actually where I started. And I just started chatting there quite a bit. And the mob just elected me a mod. So then I started helping moderate. And then eventually I ended up, because I was helping with a bunch of like troubleshooting and whatnot. They sent me because they're connected with OneXPlayer. I got sent a OneXPlayer 2 for beta testing. And for some reason, I don't know. I felt obligated to make videos to show people, because I was like, I have access. I want to show people what it can do, because they have a lot of questions about how's the performance and whatnot. So I started doing that, and then started doing guides after, because people had asked questions, and I got tired of kind of saying the same thing like 100 times. So then I just made a video about it. Yeah. And after, I don't know, maybe like a dozen videos, I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. So then I started doing a little bit more guides, and a little bit more like, back then it was more hardware, like, changing your SSD and, fixing your controllers.
That. Yeah.
And then I switched to, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just looking at your old videos here. Yeah. Like, you really focused in on, starting with the OneXPlayer, and then moving on to, it looks like, the AOK Zoe, and just a lot of quick tips. It looks like fixes.
Yeah. Then I switched to, I don't even know what started it. I just one day made a news video, one of my recaps, and it seemed to do well. I'm like, oh, well, let's do it again, because I was right when the ROG Ally was getting announced.
Yes.
So I covered that quite a bit, and I think really that's what helped my channel get some traction.
That's when I first saw you. Yeah, it was when your recaps started coming out.
Yeah, so I did those for a long time. They're very time consuming, so I ended up because I was giving up my weekends to do them. Yeah, and so I slowed down. I still do them on occasion now, and I'm trying to get back into like a cadence of being able to make it a little more routine. But yeah, I don't know. So like, I never really intended to start doing YouTube. It really came from just like helping out the community. Like, that's something I'm passionate about, and that's why I make so many guides. And I kind of think of like, when I started, I didn't know anything. Like, even with the Steam Deck, I didn't know how to do any kind of like modifying anything on the Linux desktop there or any kind of like decky mods. I don't even know if they existed back then, but it was more manual back then. And then with the OK Zoe, same thing. Like there's a lot to learn. So I was like, okay, if I'm having trouble, I guarantee other people are having trouble. So I kind of think of the console gamer when I make a guide. A console gamer that slid over to handheld PCs and is like, what is this?
Right. Or like a Switch gamer, for example, where they're kind of used to it being very, end user friendly kind of thing, where you just turn it on and play, basically.
Yeah, just turn it on and it's exactly where you left it, and very user friendly. So to try to get people to have that as close to that experience on handheld PCs is kind of what I've tried to do. And like, honestly, sometimes everyone that does content creation, like eventually some days you get discouraged and whatnot.
Right.
Then I'll just get a comment from someone. There was like this lady that was like in her 60s. It's like, thanks so much that I can, now play World of Warcraft on my handheld, because she was able to like figure out with the guide, so those kind of things. That's just like, okay, that makes it worth it,
That is
the wholesome comments
that's
are the best, because it really does. It does really help push you to that next day, because I mean, like I've been there before too, where it's like up and down, you have all ranges of emotions with it, but it's fun.
And you have some just really popular videos here too, like your Legion Go guide, day one guide, which is some of the best videos to make because it's that beginner user friendly. 236,000 views from a year ago here, and that is just you have some really high hit rate videos here covering like the OneXPlayer F1. Your Lenovo ones especially are getting traction. ROG Ally, man, like this is good stuff, and you're already at 12,000 subscribers. By the way, everybody out there listening, watching, subscribe at OKest Gamer. I'll remind you once again, check this dude out. So cool, man. So you started doing this, and then what brought you into doing the Handhelds United thing, or what is that?
So I'm like in my work, I do social work, so I'm used to a lot of like networking, collaboration, like working with the community, like because we're a nonprofit. So I'm used to just like you branch out, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, like help each other out, because you have to in that scene. So I kind of carried that over, and it's just kind of how I operate. Like I'll pretty much just walk up to anyone and talk to them. I'm not really shy like that. Like CES, I would see someone, like I think I ran into Jeff Keighley at the Lenovo event, just like, hey, what's up? Another Canadian, just start talking.
I think we all did.
You had to.
He's like, who are these handheld guys? Like, leave me the heck alone.
And you came up and talked to us too. Like we were right next to each other, I think, and we got to chatting too.
He was like, "There's a bunch of you retro handhelds guys here."
Yeah, I pretty much just, I don't know. And it was the same thing with offline, like starting off YouTube, like again, another thing, like I relate it back to like starting off with the handhelds. Like I don't have any videography background. I don't have any like anything related to making content creation. So I just jumped in, and it's quite a journey, and getting connections and trying to really just make it's quite difficult. So I started just DMing people. I'd be like, hey, what's up? I'm Trevor, I run this channel. I noticed that you do handles as well. How are you liking it? We just start chatting. So I did that with a number of people, and then I was like, you know what? Why don't we just like get together and help each other out? So really just like a group of content creators that got together. We just chat, and like if I have an idea, like we'll kind of brainstorm it a bit, or get some criticism or critiques if we need to, if we're not feeling great about a video. The podcast, it's one that we just started kind of just for fun, like just probably similar to what you guys do. Like you just get together and just geek out,
we talk shop.
It's our outlet, basically. It's a way for us to just kind of start our week out, but also just unwind and just talk about whatever we feel like. It's nice.
Yeah, and that's really where the podcast, like I'm not as involved in the podcast as some of the others, but I help out where I can.
Right. I see that. You're on some, but not all the episodes.
Yeah, and I do a lot of like connecting with companies and helping bridge gaps. So like I help a number of folks get connected with Lenovo because I had a connection there.
You're like Canadian Stubbs, basically.
Canadian Stubbs. Oh, yeah. Do I do that? Do I help people?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, yeah, we have our little our Discord group though, for a lot of like just YouTubers and reviewers in the scene that we'll collaborate in, right? And you and Joe are in there, I know, and we got connected.
It's the same idea, really.
Yeah. And you guys have that Discord I was checking out today, and that really covers. It looks like it's focused mostly on the x86 side, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit like I find our audiences just tend to not really do much with retro. Like I've tried, and usually it's like if I make one video, they're like, "Oh, this is cool, let's check it out." But if I make a second, we're like, "All right, we're out."
Hey,
so
I know those guys. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's a like smaller server, but we basically just get in there and just geek out, and we do a little bit of support. Like sometimes someone will come from a video and hop into the server to ask a few questions to get some help, and others of us just kind of get there and geek out, and
that's awesome.
To share news that we find, and just not much different than that YouTube group that you made.
Which
like
one?
The Handheld. What's it called again? The YouTube friends.
Oh yeah. That's like our little.
He's like, wait, I made a Discord.
I'm very forgetful. Yeah, that's just like our YouTuber, retro YouTuber, handheld YouTuber thing where we can collaborate.
Yeah, and there's a section of the server that's like a pretty large section that's actually just like you just don't see it as a general member. So anyone that's a content creator, we add that role, and then there's like a whole other section where we share some like resources, and sometimes we'll ask like, I don't know, like help with a connection or something, like to bridge that gap.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really that was part of the purpose. We also do like a review group where we approach some companies that, because we're smaller channels, a lot of us, and we don't always get opportunities. Like I'm starting to see opportunities now, but prior to that, like it was tough. Like if you approach a company, like your smaller subscriber count, and so with the collective though, I proposed it to some companies and said like, hey, why don't you send a unit to us and we'll share it. Yes. And get out some reviews, get an opportunity, and hopefully that would lead to a relationship with the company, right?
We do that a lot here too. Yeah, it's very helpful.
Very common approach.
Yeah, just to kind of get a foot in the door,
Yep.
So
it's a win-win. You get to get access to something that not other people have, but also it gets more content out for the company. So it's always a nice way to work with that.
Yeah, it's honestly like the lowest cost option for them. Like it just makes sense.
Yeah. So that's really cool, man. It's just nice to see we have these other communities, and now we're bridging communities. Like lately, we've been talking a lot with your Handheld United's folks. We had Joe from Gaming for Insight on our show, and it's just I was talking to Gamers Generation 2, and of course, Game Tech Talk is a very old friend of ours. Love Clef. We've had him on a bunch of times, and it's just cool. This is the Canadian community, the U.S. community. We're based in the U.S., but we're kind of I guess worldwide-ish.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, we're probably like
Pitbull.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know. We always established as the U.S., but we had people file in from all over, and so I had to learn about other cultures, other societies to understand. And we have a lot of people from Germany and like South America, and so like you always have to think about like, all right, remember to share deals and whatnot, and give coupon codes for other regions now, and even Canada, we try to remember to do that too.
Yeah, those Canadians are pretty difficult though.
Those dang Canadians, yeah. But we enjoy our Canadian creators. Tech Dweeb's a good friend, Mr. Sujano, and there's just a number of very talented creators up there. So, where are you based out of, by the way? Which province?
I'm like right in the center in Manitoba.
Manitoba.
It's one of those provinces that it's right in the center, like right above North Dakota and Minnesota.
Okay.
It's probably why people tell me, "Oh, you sound like you're from Minnesota," like my accent. So
you do have a little bit of that Minnesota accent. You have like the accent of our friend Kim from Retro Fun Tech, and I always tell her, I'm like, I was like, "Are you Canadian?" And she's like, "No, I'm not."
I was gonna say, Kim from Retro Fun Tech. It's like the snowbirds that come down here.
It was hilarious. Like the other day, we were my wife and I were just going for a drive, and we heard the most Canadian guy ever. Like my accent's kind of like you can hear it, but this guy was like, "Oh, so let's get some ice cream." Just like it's like, hey, buddy, you know, like that kind of thing. He was yeah. He was
Don't make me laugh. I'm still getting over a sickness myself. That's good. Well, speaking of craziness, we need to hear this is something we do with every guest. First time we have them on the show, we need to hear your adore, keep, delete for handhelds. This is like F, marry, kill, basically handheld edition. So basically, one handheld that you would adore for one night only, then you have to give it back. One handheld that you would keep for a lifetime, you know, maybe on a desert island or something. And then one handheld that you would delete from existence. It's the worst you ever experienced, and you wish it would go away.
Adore might be because I have so many. Maybe the one that I don't have, the MSI Claw 8 AI. I'd love to try it out, like for like actually to play a game on it, other than what they had at CES. But
sure.
Keep, probably I would just go with my favorite. Like I would say the new F1 Pro, like the OneXPlayer.
Nice.
Definitely my favorite. Delete would 100% be the Win 600.
Fair. We've heard that answer before.
A abomination. It shouldn't exist.
Mr. Sujano, that was his answer too.
Poor Win 600.
Well,
it's funny because I started my channel like the same idea as you, just helping people, showing people what you can do and how you can do it and achieve the same results. So it's like it has sentimental value.
Well, when I was reviewing it, I was trying to find a positive. So usually I break it into like things that I like and things that can improve. And it was just things that can improve. Like
I never actually
I just power on.
I just started out with it, you know. I just started making videos, kind of like you. I just became a YouTuber by accident, basically.
Yeah. Same thing there. And Rob really focused in on emulation showcases, basically, right? Like you're just showing, like, all right, here's all the Xbox games you can play in this handheld. Here's all the PS3 games,
and, you know, settings and all that fun stuff. You know, all the good stuff.
Well, those are good answers. You know, that first one, the Claw 8. I love the Claw 8, and I hope you get a chance to work with it. If you need a contact there, that's somebody we're well connected with over here. We have a few the Red Dragons around our spaces.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The Canada team is not really working with creators very much. So
really,
because I got referred to the Canada team, and it's it was just the community. It just never panned out. Basically,
that's the hardest things. I noticed that they tend to have like a different rep for for Canada versus the US.
They do,
and all that. So
the different regional reps
sometimes share contacts with Canadian friends and stuff. So
I'll have to talk to our rep though and see like who's the.
She did say she was open to it if it didn't work out with Canada. So
really,
that'd be appreciated. I would love to get a chance to adore that handheld, even if it's for
it's definitely one that I think we borrowed a couple of times. Finally got one to hold on to. And then they're hard to find now, and now they're making these new ones, and so it's like, so we'll see. But I'm excited for the future and excited for what MSI is doing, and ASUS. And we even talked today about the Ally 2 and the Xbox collaboration, which I guess that leads us into the last real big question for you, which is, what handheld are you most looking forward to?
I would say it's a bit of a toss-up between the Ally 2 and the Legion Go 2, but I think if I had to pick, I would say probably the Legion Go 2.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that one was looking really promising. My only big gripe with that prototype was just the mouse on it was all screwy. Did you notice that at CES?
Oh, I didn't check that too closely, but yeah,
it was. Yeah, I know it's not ready yet.
Poor Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was crashing. Yeah, me too.
Oh, you guys got a chance to try that. I didn't make it to the AMD booth, so I totally missed the Go that actually had a game on it.
Yeah, which is funny that the AMD booth had the better display or setup than the actual Lenovo booth,
which was in a Greek restaurant, I think. Like they converted the restaurant for a night for the thing.
We all got our cowboy hats, and
I still got my cowboy hat.
Little rodeo.
Yeah, I got my bandana and all that.
Mine went missing for some reason, and I think Tech Mommy might
Rob.
be to blame for that.
Come on.
She was not fond of me putting that thing up.
I know something I completely forgot to ask you too, Trevor, is do you ever get into any of these like retro handhelds, like the Android ones or the budget options?
I have a few. Like which ones do I have? I have like the what is that one called again? The RG40XX.
Nice. The H. Yeah, the little
horizontal one. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of the name of the other one. I feel like it's like a 406 or something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
V?
Yeah, 406H. Oh, 406V, the vertical.
Yeah, I have that one.
406H.
And then a couple of the older ones like the Miu Mini Plus and some of the older Ambronix. I also have the what's it called again? The AYN Odin 2.
Nice. Yeah.
One of those ones that I picked up and I'm like, why am I not using it more?
I know. Yeah.
Odin 2 is like kind of like GOAT status, basically. I mean, it's like one of the best out there in terms of like at least the Android space. That's so good.
It really is. But I as a reviewer, I noticed for me, if I'm not actively talking about it on the channel in some form or fashion, it's like it's probably not going to be in my periphery too often. We're more focused on the Android side and that stuff, so we have those, and so my x86 handhelds get a little less love sometimes, unless I get into that mode for a few months, especially like Computex, the Computex time right around now, which I couldn't go this year, but I got to give it more love anyway. So that's cool to hear, man. If you ever want any ideas or recommendations on that side, we dabble in that just a tad.
Yeah.
So I really, the Odin 2 Portal and Mini are ones that are worth checking out. And the Retroid, honestly, the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 is really fun. Their new clamshell Snapdragon here, and their classic is good too. Those Ambronix are decent, but I feel like Ambronix best is going to be like their budget ones, like these. This is the RG4.
That's really where they shine more.
Yeah, they shine more in the budget category.
Under 100 category, basically.
34XX, what is it? SP here. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of them, and then I started I sold a couple of them because I just I felt like I just was never playing it. I was reviewing it, and then I would play it a little bit, and then I would get distracted by the shiny new X86. And
yeah, it's tough to go to those handhelds. Yeah, when you're pushing like the craziest modern games, and if you're not a retro focused channel, it's just again probably not going to come into your reality as much.
Yeah, I do like to carry one in my bag just for the occasional time because it's so easy to pick up and put away. You can just play for a couple of minutes and then put it away. Like it's like when my wife goes into the store for 5 minutes, but it's actually like 20 minutes. It's not enough time for like an X86, but for something like this, just pull it out, play a few games like while I'm chilling out.
And that's exactly what a lot of these are good for in the end, especially like for busy adults and all that. They're what I call like the dentist appointment handhelds, they work well for that, or grocery store, what have you.
It's funny because that's actually the last time I used one was at a doctor's appointment.
Really? See, there's dozens of us. I tell you, dozens of us.
Yeah.
All right. I got actually now questions are coming to me. I know we got to wrap up. Rob, you have a hard stop.
I got one question.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Your hockey team, is it Winnipeg or is it someone else?
For a hockey team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely Winnipeg. Yeah. The Jets
are, I figured as much. Yeah.
There you go. What about favorite retro game? Anything before 2010 or something.
Before 2010?
Yeah.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh,
yes, that's one of my favorites too. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. He's gonna go find it.
I think I might have it. I think I bought it. Like I splurged on that one because I was like, it's definitely worth it. But I have so many games.
Sorry, I had to.
I know.
You got me excited.
It happens at least once every episode.
Yes, I have to do show and tell just a little bit. Great choice. Yeah, what a good game. Have you played the sequel? What was that? Something, the Ghoulies?
Oh, I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Yeah, like maybe it's a spiritual successor to
I think it's more of a spiritual one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about the one on Xbox, right?
Yeah, grabbed by the ghoulies.
Grabbed by the ghoulies, yeah.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Well, all right, guys. I know, Rob, you got a graduation to get to, and I'm actually leaving to go camping with my family for the weekend. So we're fitting this in, So this little shorter episode, everybody.
I mean, we'll definitely have Trevor back on. It's always
we got to have you back on.
It's nice to talk to you in this level,
sure. Yeah, it's really nice to talk to a creator who really can talk shop about some of the x86.
Yes.
We always try to tailor the show to the guest a bit, and this was a lot of fun to get in the weeds in this stuff today. But let's have you back on if you're into it on our live show, where we can dive into the weekly news and just shoot the breeze about what's going on.
A little more unhinged.
It's a little more unhinged. We get the live audience, and it's fun, and I'm a little more. Maybe more chaotic. We'll say that. But thanks for letting us have a little fun today and chatting with you, man. Everybody out there, if you want to follow Trevor once again, check him out at OKest Gamer. I'll pull up the screen one more time here and find him on the YouTube. It's not the right channel. What am I doing here? Where are you at?
Do better, Stubbs. We need to.
I know.
And if they want gameplay clips, check out the new channel, OKish Gamer.
Go to OKish at OKish Gamer. Let's do it. There's a lot of cool Doom: The Dark Ages footage here. Nice.
Yeah, there'll be other games. I promise. I'm not obsessed with Doom.
Well, hey. You have one of my absolute all-time favorites on x86 for me, which is the MSI Cloth 7 155H. I still love it. I know it got a lot of flack. Best speakers ever. I'm going to say it.
Amazing.
Oh, so good. All right, man. Well, we'll go ahead and get out of here. And once again, everybody, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again to our channel members, our patrons, and our subs for making everything here possible for us. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. Join us in our Discord to chat and play games. Go to the Handhelds United Discord to chat with those folks there. And join us on our next episode. We're going to be joined offline by Mr. Franco Catrine, the developer for the Retro X front end for Android. That'll be a lot of fun catching up with him. It's been a while. We're also going to have on Monto Tech shortly on the show. He's a kind of a newcomer in the space, also doing tech news. And we can't wait for that. Until the next time, though, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Trevor and Rob saying, take care of those handhelds, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
All right, take care.
And each other.
And each other.
Bye.